What's up, guys? It's Mrjamvad, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. And it's been about a week since the last upload. A lot of things coming and upset, ladies and gents. But I'll be participating in Smogon World Cup, and so in the short term of the channel, I decided to let it suffer in the short term. You know, and the uploads are going to pick up within the coming week, and onwards. But I had to take a step back, very busy, but I also wanted to really sharpen my skills back, because before I was really only playing when I recorded, which is 3 games a day, which was just nothing as far as like where I was versus where I'm can possibly be. And so what I decided to do was actually decided to use my own book, started from beginning and flow through it and reteach myself everything. Even though I think I have it in my head, just rereading it just like how somebody who purchased a book would reread it. And through that process, I actually learned new insights that I have 2 articles that I'm writing, the journey, because I relearned a lot of things, and it helped me refine like the emotional kind of struggles that players will have, because I went through them again. I go through it every time, but that's how I wrote the book. That's how I was able to speak to you in a way where you're like, man, how does he know? Because I went through it so many times. And I also learned a way to refine the training process that I didn't consider. And so 2 articles coming out, I can't say when, but yeah. So in this game, let's assess. Mew's core purpose is to hazard stack. My opponent doesn't have hazard, well, he has Pelipper as hazard control, but if I overwhelm his team well enough, then that won't be a factor, especially because I have Taunt Grimmsnarl to shut down any kind of nonsense. He seems to be doubling down on Dracovish, Trick Room. I know that's how these generally go. So the fact that I have Focus Sash Gyarados, I'm going to prevent his hazard at all costs. So stack first. Gyarados set up, and I can straight sweep him with either Gyarados or Zacian, considering his only speed control is either the Trick Room or the speed boosted thing. But under the screens, I'll be good. And I also have a very unique Necrozma set that actually destroys him, but I'll need to weaken his Necrozma before that can happen. And so in order for that to happen, we're gonna have to do that, and then do that, and do that, and do that. And so I think he realizes what I'm trying to do. Are Stealth Rocks or Spikes better here? I think Stealth Rocks has merit. As he opts for the Tailwind, that's perfectly fine by me. As I get to Spike, I'm surprised he's still slower than me. So here comes Dracovish, not a problem. I've gotten the value out of this that I'd like. The Dracovish is likely, not even sure. I'm just thinking how I want to go about this. I guess it doesn't have to be Scarf. Because I could get the Reflect up, but I also want partially to keep Lunala untouched, because I think I can really mess him up with Lunala in the late game as well. And so So we're gonna give up Mew here as he Fishious Rends, obviously. He has 1 more turn of Tailwind. And so it's interesting. It sounds like these where he's like, okay, well, what do I double down on? I could go Gyarados, Dragon Dance, Airstream, KO. Or I could opt for Grimmsnarl, Reflect, get rid of his screens, and then what would be the revenge killer for my Gyarados? But then I have to deal with Trick Room. And so I have to weigh, okay, well, when am I going to attempt to sweep? And how many turns of rain does he have left? Because one mistake could give him the momentum, even though technically he seems like he has the momentum right now. And so what I'll do is, rather than, I think Grimmsnarl has more merit. Like, just even offensively, Grimmsnarl is pretty problematic. And so what I'm going to opt for is DD, which is going to give me +2. Dynamax, Airstream. Generally, they don't run Airstream anymore. And so this can give me +2. I see no priority as far as I can tell. Dracovish gets murked. I get +2, so the rain still gonna be up, but he's gonna have Dreadnought. But the problem is he doesn't know that I have max overgrowth, and so I'm gonna put the Dreadnought in the dirt. Right, excellent. And so this is exactly the setup that I wanted, and so he forfeits, because at that point, like, if he switched the Dracovish out, then I got some momentum anyway. Now if he went Dracovish straight into Necrozma, I probably would have gotten trick, like he would have trick roomed me. But actually, even then, it would have been a good situation, because remember, my Necrozma destroys him as well. And so if he opted for a situation where, I'm pretty sure Gyarados +2 just max water would have just killed him, even if I didn't have max overgrowth. Max overgrowth is for Quagsire, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, though, you know, you could say max, you know, max guys are destroyed. But if you don't want to deal with it KOing you, or it max Dynamaxing to counteract you, you know, max overgrowth makes sense, especially based on the construction of the team. And so that went really well. I didn't know I was Moxie. I should have paid attention to that. But structuring the game plan early was integral in his demise, and just assessing what each piece did. That's something I have been practicing. A lot of failure in that as well. And so I've documented all of that, and I really want to give it like an in-depth analysis of the process, because, you know, I gave the mindset piece, but I think a journey, like literally telling a story style format, will help you understand that, like, it's supposed to, you're supposed to lose a lot, but then there's a very specific way you're supposed to go about assessing your losses. I think that those two components will really help a lot more people. And so bear with me as I'm not as active, but that will recommence, and it'll be for the greater good of the community and for the channel as a whole. And so yeah, so in this one, Mew, the hazard control I see is Grimmsnarl's taunt. So that's something we got to be wary of, especially if he has Thunder Wave, which is somewhat problematic. But I'm willing to trade my Zacian for Grimmsnarl being paralyzed. I mean, Grimmsnarl being gone. So Necrozma upon DD Mercs 1, 2, 3, 4. We gotta weaken this. Even Aegislash to a lesser extent, but I think a spike should do the trick with that. Late game Lunala and Gyarados. So we're gonna overwhelm the steel types until Gyarados can sweep. So what I'll do is expected Grimmsnarl, and again, I'm gonna overwhelm these. If he opts for T-Wave, we were willing to sacrifice. Oh my goodness, I think he may be expected to crunch CC. I don't know. I think he was just sacking Seismitoad. I Behemoth Bladed because, you know, obviously knocks out through Dynamax, so that's a wasted Dynamax. So he's used up his Dynamax, and Aegislash rears his ugly head. As I said, I want to whittle down these steel types for Necrozma and for Mew and Gyarados, and so I am gonna opt for I think Wild Charge. Oh, he got me. I didn't think he'd King Shield there, because I could have just easily Swords Dance, and it'd be a better play for him to attack me, guaranteed the damage. Then I'm not sure what else he's gonna do here, because there's a possibility you may have Flash Cannon. I don't want to go Grimmsnarl hard here, and so what I'm gonna do is Swords Dance, as he has CC. Okay, and he's Life Orb CC Life Orb. Yeah, he's not King Shielding here. Even if he did, that was not a prediction, but like I knew he wouldn't King Shield, so yes, it was a prediction, but it wasn't a prediction in like, I know he's not going to King Shield, therefore Wild Charge is the best play. Remember, the first phase was to weaken his steel types. What have I done thus far? Killed his Aegislash, or if he King Shield there, I would have sacrificed Zacian to get his Aegislash to a range of Gyarados or Necrozma. Now, what? Another steel type is in, whittle down for Gyarados range or Necrozma. So, Trick Rooms, by all means, go for your Tricky and your Roomy, because we're likely going to get to a KO by anything he goes for. I'm just going to opt to sack. I was going to say with Mew, but it's the Earthquake. That means we wouldn't have gone to a KO. And so what this allows for me to go to my Mew. Spikes are far more important. I don't need rocks. Actually get 2 KO by that. Doesn't matter. I think. Yeah, don't need the screens to win. I think that's all I needed. And so yeah, that's all I needed. Should be game now. I think Spectral Thief goes through sub, right? How did that go? It's goes through sub. Yeah, it goes through sub, not protect. And so I don't want to substitute Spectral. I think. Yeah. So basically, me subbing there would have meant like I could have knocked out the Necrozma while being behind the sub. But you know, obviously he's gonna go to Marshadow here. I guess I could have forced the Spectral Thief rather than, you know, whatever he's gonna do here. I mean, I guess I technically still forced the Spectral Thief. Yeah, it's no way in hell he's going for CC here. There's no way in hell. And so we just allows us to reflect. We broke any kind of sash, because sash Marshadows are always fucking annoying. Excellent. I think that should be the done deal, unless the Grimmsnarl has. Yeah, we taunt here, Dragon Dance, and that should be a done deal. 2 reasons: the Marsh, if it does steal my Dragon Dance boost, I'll still be way too powerful. Like, that's assuming it's Scarf, right? Pretty sure he's gonna go to Grimmsnarl first. Yeah, Sir Fire Fang, of course they crit. This is the Jamster channel, of course. And if there's a way to lock their way back into a favorable position, they will find it. So that's like the only way. Reflect, fucking Prism Armor. Do you know how little that would have done? You know what I mean? But now it's Marshadow can Shadow Sneak me, of course. Upside is, you know, I think Gyarados still will just have to max the Airstream and destroy this Marsh. So I don't need a boost or anything like that. But it's just funny to me that, you know, if there's a will, if there's a hacks, there's a way. And so, you know, obviously we have the Reflect up, so max Airstream is no drawback. Grimmsnarl should get 1 shot, yeah. This is no fucking joke. This is why this was banned. Dynamax was like broken. Max Airstream is base 130. yeah, this is no joke. Goodbye. And so Gyarados is really doing his damn thing, but again, it's, you know, my biggest thing. You guys know I don't like losing. I mean, I know it's a necessary part of the process, but it's not something I'd say I enjoy. Oh yeah, I lost another one. Like, you want to, you know, obviously learn from the process and all that, but I enjoy winning a lot. And that's why we all play, because we enjoy winning. This dude, I can't believe this guy's name. And so the reason I'm saying that is, you know, for a bit, because I could play so little, like time wise. Mrjamvad, what's up? Have fun, bro. Fun. Now I'm chopping. Okay, so as we assess the opponent's team, Mew's purpose in this game, hazard control wise, is going to be Pelipper, which is a very interesting hazard. I guess it could be Necrozma as well. You know, both of which would need to be heavy duty boots to not suffer the consequences. Necrozma offensively can only be trampled by, this is Steel Ghost, Psychic Ghost. So Necrozma's biggest impediment is Melmetal and this thing. And so how we're going to lure out those, let's wait and see which one's going to be more important as far as my sweepers. Because if Zacian sweeps more easily than Necrozma, then I'll sacrifice Necrozma first and then try to win with Zacian second. But I think there are too many random factors. I'll have to see, because I don't know what his Marshadow is. I don't know why this is here. Lunala offensively, no ghost resist, so that's going to be incredible. Do I need to keep its Shadow Shield intact for any particular reason? It'd be helpful for Melmetal and for the Soul Galeo on the odd chance there's something weird. And again, similarly, we're gonna try to ramp down on and just really mess up his steel types, so we can destroy him. And so, interestingly enough, I'm debating leading Lunala because I know he'll lead Melmetal, and Mew versus Melmetal isn't our best lead. I think Mew just gets one shot. I don't want to do it for one hazard. And so what I'm gonna do is lead Lunala. Interesting. This works out really well for us. We outspeed, which I'm surprised by. Oh, max speed. Never mind. I guess I'm not surprised. But it's guaranteed a kill. And so one of his steel types down. Phase 1, similarly to the last game. Second is gonna be and more importantly is Melmetal, because spikes should allow Zacian to go down to max water. And I also have Moxie. Oh, excellent. He went to Zacian. So phase 2. This is tough though, because I gotta give up some. I'm not giving this up. Crunch would be his play, or Behemoth Blade. Can't have Mew take it because I need spikes. Okay, so he pivots to Soul Galeo, which is not the worst thing in the world for us. But because he showed knock last time, what I'll do is I'm gonna hazard stack Morning Sun. That's fine. So spike here, knocks. Yep. Phase 1. Do I get 3 layers up and ignore Pelipper? Because Rocks literally only helps versus Pelipper. And so ask for knock. I'm really curious as to what this thing is aiming to achieve, you know. And so I'll spike again. Pelipper. Very odd decision in Pelipper. Unless this is Choice Scarf Defog, I'm about to explode. Defog, yeah. And so that's dope, because I'm pretty sure this is not heavy duty boots. That would really shock me if the thing you choose to use your Pelipper to do is the heavy duty boots. And so Lunala is, you want to hold positions that cannot be defended, right? And so if we want to keep these hazards up, we've confirmed what his defogger is. I doubt he has 2. And so we're gonna hold positions that cannot be defended. Now generally, like, sometimes this can be to your downside. So like I have several positions that cannot be defended. You know, one being Zacian, second being Lunala, and then it's just a matter of what do I want to have coming after the fact. So the Lunala checks are Zacian Marshadow. He could play with his own, but I mean, he gets outsped. So Zacian Marshadow are gonna come out here, and so he opts for this. Didn't this get, like, how much did this take? 77. I'm okay with this, especially for my Zacian in the back. Yeah, like that was a roll. I'm pretty sure 77 even sounded low. So I'm very surprised that he went to that over Zacian. And the fact that he doubled the Zacian out into this means he anticipated my... I'm not sure what he anticipated. But he clearly knew I'd switch into something that he could heal on. And so, you know, here comes the Zacian. Lunala is still very important for the Melmetal. To Dynamax stall potentially, and it outspeeds Necrozma and quads KOs. And so, the question is, how am I going to finish this game? How do I intend to finish this game? With rain up, I'm gonna sack Grim. He's probably gonna Behemoth Blade. But I'll just set up. Oh, excellent! I'm glad he SD'd there. This allows me to reflect and get Necrozma in. So he expects Necrozma to come in. Downside is, you know, obviously he's fast, and so I might not be able to go to I guess I could go to my own Zacian, which doesn't need to be. Reflect, I should live any one hit. If I'm wrong about that, I just wasted Zacian, so that's something I don't want. I could also alternatively opt for Gyarados, Dragon Dance. I think I'll speed after Dragon Dance, because I want to keep his Dynamax in mind, right? And so, if I go Necrozma, attack him, I lose a Mon. If I go Gyarados, can Gyarados sweep? Do I foresee Gyarados sweeping? Probably not, and Marshadow still gets to come in. No, it doesn't. Not if I hear Airstream hard. Okay, so what I'll do is, I think this gives me the least problems. So I can D-Max here, max Airstream. It covers Marshadow. Oh, right. Fucking Wild Charge, right. But it covers Marshadow in the I didn't expect my Wild Charge, to be honest. I expected and I didn't even get the speed boost, but I didn't expect Wild Charge. Matters, but I think even then, once the Marshadow dies, you know, Lunala, once I stall out the Dynamax. And so what I'm looking at here is, like, he's gonna feel comfortable Spectral Thieving, and so speed wise, so we're gonna max Geyser. He actually Shadow Sneaked, and so since he Shadow Sneaked, unless he's, because we get to Dragon Dance here, and so unless he is, oh my fucking god. This changes everything. I can lose now because he gets the Spectral Thief. Fucking swagger. Oh my god. He gets the Spectral Thief here, and if he gets the, I can't switch either. I could switch, go to Zacian. I could switch Sack Lunala, go to Zacian, knock him out, and then if I do hit him though, I win. I'll go with the gives me the most payoff sequence. He could go to hard Melmetal. Problem is with Reflect Up, he's really gonna struggle with Zacian. And so yeah, so it gives me Marsh, which I don't mind, and so we're gonna probably be staring down Dynamax Melmetal. Problem is I don't want him going for too many max Steel Spikes. Well, I guess that doesn't matter that much. Melmetal versus Ugly Head, right? And we got to do as much damage as possible to this thing. And so SD into, like, VD maxes SD into max is like VMAX Quakes. Max Quake is also a problem. So there's a D max. He can't knock me out. And so it's a matter of which one he goes for. He goes for Steel Spike. I take 2. I have 1 turn of Reflect, and so I'm gonna get 2 Behemoth Blaze off. I should be good because by the time his Dynamax, and he's Life Orb. Is that Life Orb? No, he didn't say. Okay, and so I need the speed to guarantee it versus what's it called. So with the weakness policy and my ability, I should be straight. He max Steel Spiked, expecting me to. So oh my fucking god, man. Well, actually no, that didn't matter. How the fuck did I die? Because he had the speed boost. And so he max Quaked well, which was a solid play there. So the way GG. So what would have been I was gonna say if I switched to Necrozma on the turn that he max Quaked. If I switch to Necrozma on a turn, he max quaked. I got my weakness policy boost. I didn't think Earthquake would kill me through the. He was banded. He was banded. It would have been really close. Because I think if I went to Necrozma on his max quake, I'd get my weakness policy boost and I would have knocked him out. Maybe with Heat Wave. Maybe with Heat Wave. I really expected Necrozma to be able to take Earthquake with this ability. Because I've just seen I'm used to the max defense. So I'm like, if I went max quake, I'd have gotten the boost. Heat Wave, even if it didn't kill, it would come down to whether or not Behemoth Blade would knock out Necrozma Dawnwings, and I'm fairly confident it should. It's a +1 Behemoth Blade. You know, Zacian is no slouch, and he'd have lost. He'd have come in at like 60 something, and so that was a smart max quake that turn, because I expected him to max quake the first time, which would have given me more Behemoth Blade damage, which would have led to more Heat Wave damage, so I wouldn't have even needed the boost. But I thought I'd live, and so I don't regret anything. Learning lesson there. Really good play. I mean, max quake there. Very good max quake. I thought I had that in the bag. Obviously, if we attacked through the swagger, we'd have just straight up won. But come on, bros. You know for a 100% fact that we were about to hit ourselves in confusion there. And because of that, we had to give up Lunala, which meant we had to not have something to deal with the Melmetal's G-Max, which we were talking about. And so in this game, the hazard sacks critical. The withering of the steel types into G, but now he has a this, and that's not as simple as before. But if we hold positions that cannot be defended, Lunala is excellent for that. No hazard control as far as I can tell. And so Mew, well, I guess he could be CC. That's my one concern. I don't know what the Marshadow is, and so Marshadow, Grimmsnarl. It's a tough turn one, because Melmetal and Marshadow are two horrendous leads for us, no matter what we lead with. If Sash, Marsh, Banded, Mel. And so I'm gonna double down on Necrozma for this game. So what I'm gonna do is lead Lunala here, right? What Lunala does, really surprised by the Zacian lead. I wonder if it's not a good lead for us first and foremost, but I'm surprised by it. I didn't expect Zacian to be his lead of choice. This is one steal that's about to get hit, but I'm gonna have to switch out afterwards. I don't think Crunch kills. Wow, I thought being max HP. Usually Crunch doesn't kill when I attack them. So we just wasted a very useful Pokemon there and got absolutely no value out of it. Now, I figured if what I couldn't do was go to like something like Grimmsnarl and him not crunching, and so when I thought there's no chance Crunch kill, because generally they do live those, but maybe mine is an EV to tank, because I guess I have no HP or defense. I don't play Ubers enough to know the calc for that. So we're just gonna have to bite the bullet on that one. Still far from over. I think I'll just have to take this in phases. And so, as weird as it seems, step one is gonna be to get this spike up. Melmetal is a massive threat, and so damn, we might have to give up our Dynamax early, which I guess isn't the biggest deal in the world. Let me think. Airstream into max water. Airstream into max water, will that kill? it'll kill him if I get this damage on him. Rock's really that important? I think the damage is more important. So we could have gone through our Zacian and risked the speed tie there, but if we lose the speed tie, we just lose. And so we're gonna go opt for Airstream into Geyser. You know, we're gonna be steering down Marshall, obviously, and so he should be fearing Max Quake, and so I doubt he'd go to. Yeah, so Zacian, one of the biggest threats to our team, is gone. So now, you know, Marshadow should rear its ugly head. I get to keep Gyarados though, as I go to Grimmsnarl. Surprised he's Spectral Thiefed. Well, he must be Scarf. Like, you'd never Spectral Thief there unless you're Scarf. You'd never ever Spectral Thief there unless you're Scarf. So the biggest threat to me currently is oh, I didn't think it was Zamazenta, but apparently it is. And so this is actually a very important turn for us. He might CC lock because the rain is up. Necrozma can't get the. That's the thing we've been struggling with, getting the boost with Necrozma. Getting the weakness policy for the heat wave. But it seems to see Scarf from Marshadow, which is concerning, which means we might not be able to win. I gotta sack Gyarados. This is actually a lot more important. How wow, what is this? Okay. How? Okay, this is concerning. Thankfully rain ends now. So I'll Dragon Dance on the off chance something else happened. Yeah, I don't know what to expect from this. This might be an L. If he CC's here and I Dragon Dance, do I get 2 killed by CC? But if he crunches and I Dragon Dance, crunches. Okay, Mewtwo comes in, which I'm glad to see. Unfortunately, though, I might win here, but because I don't think this is gonna kill him. Let me run the calc on this. I have to DD again anyway. No, I don't, because Reflect. He'll take my boost. He'll do no damage. Marshadow will die. Then he'll bring in whatever the fuck he wants. I have to Dragon Dance again here. And use the Reflect turn as well. Oh my fucking god. I don't know if that would have. I doubt that would have killed because of my ability, my natural bulk. I'm guessing 80. If it did more than 80, then maybe Marshadow would have been able to kill me through Reflect. Here's the thing. I have Heat Wave. I'd have gotten the boost. Man, it is frustrating sometimes. With certain, like, you just can't control certain shit. And so, the fact that he'd hit Fire Blast before, he crit Fire Blast before he missed, is just insanely frustrating. I'm sure it would have done a ton to me. But again, I mean, he's giving me Marshadow here, but it doesn't matter. I lose because his this thing and this thing just beats me, and so I'll let him have the boost and whatever, as we lose. That is frustrating. But what do we learn here? The Lunala dies to Crunch, and so we have to be. I didn't take into account how weak I was to. So he does whatever the fuck he wants here, really. Yeah, so it doesn't matter what I do. Max Knuckles, which if I crit him here, I still lose. But lose with pride. Yeah, whatever. But what we learned here, we didn't enter. That did 0, man. That did absolutely nothing. And so what we learned there was how weak we are to Zacian, and so I had to account better for a Zacian lead. and just said fuck it and did the Mew, just got the spike up, because that would have given me a far better positioning. Or just bit the bullet with Necrozma earlier and doubled down on Gyarados. Didn't have a clear enough game plan in that one. If it wasn't Scarf Marsh, then I think we could have won that game fairly easily, because I wouldn't have to kill the Mewtwo. But we couldn't have known that it was Scarf Marsh earlier, like in the beginning of the team preview. So I played it to Necrozma's out rather than to, like, if, like, say for example, we need +2 to sweep a Necrozma, we can't allow the Marsh to take the boost, and so it'd be better to front end destroy him with Necrozma. So for example, when he led Zacian, I could have led with Necrozma, have him crunch, and I just kill him. Or if he doesn't crunch and switches, I destroy whatever he goes in. And so weakness policy, Heat Wave probably would have knocked him out from the range it was at. Can't DD because after DD he still outspeeds. And so crunch may have 2-hit KO'd us. And so 2 tough losses there. 2 tough losses. 2 tough losses. But we learned. Let's see. Just gonna Gyarados him, quite honestly. This is a very linear game. I'm not sure how he's not going to just get linearly swept, unless his court change, and I'm gonna play with that in mind. So I'm just gonna kill it. Like, basically, what I'm saying is, once this Gyarados does what this Gyarados does, Grimmsnarl should be able to take any one hit. Basically, what I'm trying to do is set up for what's my play here? I think taunt might be the correct play here. I'll taunt here. Man, I should have went to Grimmsnarl then. Basically, what we wanted to do was so we'll go Grimmsnarl. He seems to not be going into Cinderace. I'm glad I caught him on the memento there, so he can't set up with anything. Basically, I was like, if he's court changed Cinder, I don't want to deal with that. And he gave me the Sun. Obviously, Loon is gonna destroy, and so if push comes to shove, the worst case scenario would be obviously him growth in for free. With that many turns of Sun, Sludge Bomb, pretty sure Lunala would take it anyway. Yeah, actually I'm tripping. Light Screen's the correct play here. Even if he growths, I taunt, Lunala tanks, eats destruction. Obviously, you know, I'd want to have Grimmsnarl stacked more, but actually, go perfect. So we don't need Reflect. Everything except Cinderace is special, and so we'll give him Mew here if he can even take it with the couldn't even take the Mew. And so obviously with just 2 turns of Sun left, we're comfortable spiking here as Petal Blizzard. I think that's a multiple turn move, so that's excellent for us. That means this can't switch out as he grows. Now, you know, obviously he can Dynamax. I guess Petal Blizzard isn't the move I'm thinking of. I'm probably thinking of Petal Dance. A couple options here, but my best bet is D-Max, Gyara, Airstream, because what it does is it covers every, like, so Cinderace can't come in, still have my Sash, still got Moxie, can't guard against flying. What you gonna do? And it prevents the Cinderace. And so this being the case, like you being not heavy duty boots, because I'm Moxie boosted, is just a breeze from this point on. And I have light screen up. Everything on your team is special except Cinderace, and you know, at this point, Airstream into max to waterfall just destroys. So unless he's opting to try to, I don't know how one of his mons are gonna take a hit from me, but it goes Inteleon. I'm not even gonna, I think waterfall should just knock this. This is a very frail Pokemon. I have at +3. Yeah, And so again, I figured this would be a very linear game based on the structure of his team. But what I'm happy about, okay, so it wasn't even court change, it seems. Should Dynamax here, but at this point it's over with. Didn't Dynamax. But what I'm happy about is, one, I learned from my previous experiences, and two, I'm having a better insight as far as the structure. So I'm like, okay, I can tell what pieces. So I'm getting better with the team, and I'm getting more knowledgeable about the tier. And so I learned from that game. I liked how I played, controlled the hazards around Venusaur in that game, and I really liked. And I learned that, well, it's a very unorthodox team, but I mean, I learned that Gyarados knocks out Kyurem after rocks and spikes. So, yeah. Let's see. Has a control being Torkoal, which we have a Lunala for if push comes to shove. I guess he could technically spin spam, but then he'd waste his own sun. Necrozma upon Dragon Dancing struggles with solely Ditto, and Darm can outspeed me, but can't knock me out. So I don't think I'm gonna try to sweep him with Necrozma in this one. We want to be wary of the Charizard, so we can't allow him, one, to get any hazards. We can't allow him to hazards because of my Gyarados, and two, I can't allow him to go rampant with his Charizard. So I think I'm gonna overwhelm his Torkoal early, very early. Why did I say it like that? Early. Gonna double down on Zacian, Grimmsnarl early. Grimmsnarl early into Mew into. Is that better? Grimmsnarl early into. My only concern is this thing spin spamming, because obviously I'm going to give up my hazards for. I don't think even that +6 it outspeeds me. Yeah, so depending on what he does here, if he doesn't rapid spin, yeah, excelente. Which is odd that he went to Zard, because I guess he's gonna just commit to Dynamaxing now. I only need rocks, especially for my Gyarados. Yeah, and so obviously here he's gonna max Airstream. Okay, he's gonna commit to it. Explosion is gonna do good damage, and he has to take 2 turns of solar power. Oh no, he only has to take 1 because it's okay. And so a couple options here. There's no point in me Grimmsnarling right now because Lunala just destroys. Want Gyarados' Sash because I'm fairly confident. I would have liked Spikes, honestly, for Zacian. Would have liked Spikes. Lunala obviously takes after the fact. We're dealing. Okay, I can deal. So what I'm trying to do is, since he's committed his Dynamax, because Gyarados gets attack boosts as well, if I can D-Max versus, he still has Ditto, which I want to be very careful around what I let Ditto copy. What's my end game? This being gone means Necrozma is very problematic. So we're gonna Geist here, Geist Beam knockout. Shit hurt like a motherfucker, so this might not even kill him. Yeah, okay, I bet. And so because of the wildfire, I'm obviously taking a ton of damage. But this is important for his Torkoal spin blocking, because not everything on my team can kill that beast. And so now I know he won't go cold. He has to probably go to Darm to take a round of rocks, or he could opt for Zacian. So he actually goes to Torkoal. Completely disagree with. He might die here. But if he doesn't, and I obviously he's gonna opt for rocks, what do I want to do? Because I could go to Gyarados, max Geyser, get +1. Gyarados max Geyser +1. No, max guys are 1+1 because sun is up. The rain activates after the fact. That's a mistake. This is actually semi-problematic quality play going to this, but it does open him up to my Zacian quite a bit, and so Necrozma might be the one I have to double down on. Let's see how if I knock him out here. I get a crit. That mattered. Maybe I don't. If he wasn't Spadef, then it didn't. But the confidence to which he went to the Cole implies that he was. So I'm gonna make that assumption. Torkoal did have somewhat of a purpose beyond that, and now we're comfortable going. So yeah, Mimic Blading. And so it's a matter of who's gonna take this beating, right? So I could opt for Grimmsnarl here. Grimmsnarl Reflect, allow him to knock me out. Necrozma, allow him to knock me out. Necrozma, Heat Wave. Or I could go Necrozma Heat Wave now. Let me think about the sequence, because I have to be careful what I let the Ditto copy. If I go Necrozma Heat Wave sequence, then Ditto copies my Necrozma. You have to Sunsteel Strike Lock. This might not have been the correct play. My timer's going down, so I just clicked on mine, I think. So Psyking Grimmsnarl going to neck with Reflect Up would kill this. So he only has Mammoth Blade. A fucking course. A fucking course. Of fucking course. I mean, why not, right? Of fucking course, man. And so that matters a lot. That matters a lot. I'm surprised he went to Reshiram. Now my Grimmsnarl probably can't. But he's what? He's heavy duty boots. Yeah, tank. Justice. Oh, the Justice is sweet. It is sweet. I think that's game. Gyarados. No, Gyarados does not speed. I want to keep Gyarados' stash. This whole position that cannot be defended. Because that would be too easy. Because that would be too fucking easy, man. That is frustrating. Because basically Zacian was in a position where nothing could kill him. But Pokemon will be Pokemon, right? And so, you know, he's gonna be able to, man, like nothing on his team could kill me right now. So him going Ditto would have been excellent for us. And now I'm pretty sure we cannot win no matter what we do. My mind isn't clear. There probably are solutions to this. The timer is just not in my favor. So let me think. Waterfall into. Question is, do I kill Darm? Do I Dragon Dance? If I Dragon Dance here. Dynamax. 2 turns of Reflect. Should have maxed your stream there. Actually, that was the play. Like, what would it have been otherwise? Now I have 1 turn of Reflect and I'm D-maxed, and so he has to bounce. Which is all he needs, actually. So annoying, bros. Yeah. Hopefully he oh, I'm still D-maxed. Okay, bet. I didn't know I was still. Please don't fucking paralyze. Oh my fuck, bro. Like, this fucking game is so fucking trash. This fucking is so trash, man. Like, and so now he can go for, I mean, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. He blitzed, which I think might have just been a choke. Maybe not. Rain plus. That is unbelievably stupid. But you can tell today it's just gonna be one of those things where it's like, hey, no matter what the fuck you do, no matter what angle you take it, you're losing. And you know, it is what it is. So fortunately these aren't serious games. I'm sure if there was in OU, I'm far more well versed obviously in like just different things in Ubers. But again, I did crit him versus his Torkoal, and that might have mattered. If he was a Fizdef Torkoal, I don't know why you'd ever be Spidef Torkoal in Ubers, considering Torkoal is going to be your initial switch into Zacian. It's going to be initial switch into Necrozma variants. It's going to be your initial switch into Darmanitan. So I highly doubt, but it's possible. It's possible. And so yeah, maybe that was my payback for that. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. A lot of great things in store, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.